to Couch Casual. For today, we're going to continue our Madden rebuilds for the upcoming NFL season. Last time we did the Chicago Bears and the number one pick, Caleb Williams, and today we're going to do the Washington Commanders and number two overall pick, Jaden Daniels. And without further ado, let's get right into the rebuild. Looking at the roster for year one of the Commanders, as we mentioned, rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels at number two overall. I gave him star development, and he's obviously going to be the franchise guy for this entire thing. At running back, of course, they picked up Austin Eckler, but I'm actually going to start Brian Robinson, the young second year player out of Alabama at running back. They obviously have Terry McLaurin at wide receiver as well as Jahan Dotson. And they did also draft Luke McCaffrey. The O-line is not very good. They got Sam Cosmi, a young guard out of Texas. And they also have Stromberg, who is going to be normal dev, I'd assume. And at tight end, they drafted Ben Sano, who I actually really liked out of Kansas State. They drafted him. And I'm also start him over Zach Ertz. The Commanders signed a lot of veterans this year, and I just feel like we're not in position to win with those veterans, so I feel like we should start the younger guys. And on defense, this is where they signed a ton of people. They signed Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, and Bobby Wagner. So their linebacker core is a little old with Bobby Wagner. Louvu's up there in age, but they do have Jamin Davis. Their safeties are pretty set with Jeremy Chin, Derek Forrest, and Jartavius Martin, last year's rookie. At corner, I like Benjamin St. Just. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. They drafted Sainristil out of Michigan, who I really liked, and they obviously have Emmanuel Forbes, first round pick last year. Now I know the viral picture that's gone around of him looking very small. He is 180 pounds, but I don't think that'll matter too much in Madden, so he's obviously going to be here for the whole thing. Their D-line is obviously incredible. They picked up Dorrance Armstrong from the Cowboys. They obviously have one of the best D tackles, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne as well. But they also drafted Johnny Newton. I gave him star as well because he was like a borderline first round pick. So I gave him star development as well. He could very much replace Deron Payne soon. We might be looking to trade Deron Payne in a year or two. But defensively, we honestly just need to, I think, work on our linebackers and corners. And offensively, the O-line and tight end as well. Because despite how much I like Ben Sano, I don't know how useful he'll be in Madden. And maybe get another receiver as well. But we're set at quarterback, running back, right guard, just guard general. And then D-line, and then like one of our corner positions. But this team still has a long ways to go, despite all the money they spent this offseason. And I'm going to do some training camp drills, and then I'll be back at the midseason point, and I'll let you know if we get any dev trait upgrades. And that's a big if, obviously, but I'm gonna do these training camp drills, and then I'll be back at the midseason point of year number one. So not much happened at the midseason mark, so we went straight to the playoffs. And as you can see, we are in the playoffs. We went 9-8. We almost actually won the division, as we were only one game behind the Eagles and Cowboys. But a very successful year number one. Did not think we were a playoff team. But here we are, 9-8, taking on the Cardinals, who, despite their low overall, won 11 games. But before we get into the playoffs, let's see the stats. Let's see how the team did. Offense, we're the 12th best offense in football. And defensively, the 23rd. Jaden Daniels with an outstanding rookie season. 3,600 yards, 30 touchdowns to only 5 picks, only 5 interceptions as a rookie. Very impressive. Running the ball, Brian Robinson had 1,010. Jaden Daniels also gave us 403. Eckler 305. I might try putting on Ravens playbook to get Jaden Daniels some more rushing yards. Receiving the ball, receiving. Terry McLaurin had 905. Luke McCaffrey at slot had 905. Ben Sano had 708. Jahan Dotson 706. A well-distributed touchdowns and yards. No one with 1,000. Defensively, Jamin Davis had 117 tackles. Bobby Wagner had 100. TFL's Deron Payne with 14. Cleveland Farrell with 11. Maybe he resurges his career. Doris Armstrong with 9. Bobby Wagner with 8. Sacks, Dorrance Armstrong with 10. Payne and Allen with 7. Cleveland Farrell with 5.5. And then interceptions, pretty good interception numbers. Emmanuel Forbes had 3. Forrest and Sainristil still with 2. Jamin Davis, St. Juice, Wagner, and Chin both with 1. I really like how our rookies performed specifically. Yearly awards, Jaden Daniels 7th in MVP. I don't see Caleb Williams or Drake May on there. Coach of the year, we didn't get anyone. Offensive player of the year, Jaden Daniels finished 7th. Defensive player of the year, we had nobody. Offensive rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels won offensive rookie of the year. Caleb Williams did finish 2nd. But that's a depth chart upgrade for Jaden Daniels. And defensive rookie of the year, Emmanuel Forbes finishes 9th. But we make the playoffs and Jaden Daniels wins offensive rookie of the year. That's a successful season. Since we don't expect to do much, I am just going to simulate this playoff game. If we win, great. If we don't, I'm not too mad at that. It was a great season regardless. But let's see if we can upset the Cardinals in the wild card. We win 24-14. Maybe I shouldn't put on Ravens playbook because we're winning and Jaden Daniels won offensive rookie of the year. And now we're playing the 12-5 Packers. I'm just going to sim this game too. I mean, who knows? Maybe we go to the NFC Championship in year number 1. As expected, we do lose to the Green Bay Packers, but nonetheless, a very successful year number 1 for this Washington Commanders team. Super Bowl is Packers-Bills. You never see the Packers a lot in the Super Bowl, and the Packers win 20-14. And let's see the recap. Did Jaden Daniels, there you go. Overall NFL offensive rookie of the year, not just the NFC. That is huge for his development, as he should have a dev trait upgrade. And he does. Jaden Daniels is now a superstar development player. And also, Ben Sano went up to star. Austin Eckler regressed. That's fine. He's not the focal point of the backfield. It's Brian Robinson. But Ben Sano went up. Jaden Daniels obviously went up. Defensively, Emmanuel Forbes is a star, as we figured. I don't think anyone else went up. But a very, very successful year number 1. So we don't have anybody to re-sign, so we'll just go right to free agency with our $90 million. Now, if you know how free agent works with these updated rosters, year number 1 doesn't really have much to offer. Now, we do have to get Jamin Davis's option, which we will accept, but we don't need to bring Tariq Castro Fields back. We can let him go. So there's normally not many good free agents in year 1, so we might not be able to spend our $90 million. We might just roll it over to next year. But let's just take a quick look. Amari Cooper's available. He's also interested in the team because we're a playoff contender. That would be interesting. I don't think it's really worth us signing Amari Cooper, though, at his age. I mean, yeah, he wants a lot of. I know we have the money, but I think we're just gonna pass here on this year, and I think we're just gonna go right to the draft for off-season number 1. We are now here at the 2024 or 2025 NFL draft, and I was looking at the mock drafts, and there's some pretty good left tackles that I saw. There's Lorenzo Hubbard and Shaquem Sewell. Lorenzo Hubbard was projected to go 11th. Now this was mock draft 4. I didn't look at mock draft 5, but it had the fourth mock draft had Hubbard going 11, and he looks outstanding, elite in almost every physical. A impact block, A lead block, A to C run block, A to C pass block. He looks like a stud. But then there's also Shaquem Sewell, who is projected to go at our pick at 25. Again, great physicals, not as good as Hubbard's, and very similar skills. He might be a little better skill-wise, but he's projected to go 25, while Hubbard's projected to go 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim to pick 10.
On the clock now, the Houston Texans.
And if that other guy is available, I might trade up. And if he's gone, I'll probably still trade up just to make sure we get Sewell. But I won't trade up to like 10. I'll just trade up to 18 or something like that. So far, they're all available. Because we could use a left tackle, so.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Didn't mean to click that. But they haven't been taken. Hubbard has not gone yet. Really wish I checked the most recent mock draft. You know what? I'm gonna let this pick go. If he's available, I should have known. All right, Lorenzo Hubbard's off the board. I should have just traded up. But you know what? I still like Sewell because I think Sewell has slightly better ratings. I think Hubbard beats him in the skills department, but I think Sewell beats him in the ratings. But now he was projected to go to pick 25. But I just want to see if I could trade up to pick 18. Just to ensure that I get him, because I don't want to lose out on both of these guys. I know we beat the Cardinals in the playoffs, but hopefully we can make a trade with them. We give up our 25th pick and the 5th rounder. I'm not a big 4th round guy. I don't need 4th rounders. I'll give this up. Fourth, a 5th, and another 5th. Okay. I'll give him 2 4th round picks. Okay, I guess I gotta give him a player. Receiver. Dax Milne. Okay. They need a left guard. Chris Paul. Not the NBA player. Okay, one more random bench guy. Andre Jones Jr. Shaka Tony. Shaka Tony? Oh my god. Okay, I guess I'm just have to give him a better pick because I don't want to give up any more players. I'll give him a third round pick 2 years from now. Okay, we trade Dax Milne, the receiver at the end of our depth chart. Andre Jones, the left end, our 25th pick, 2/4 and a third for the 18th pick in the draft. Because I just want to ensure I get that left tackle. So I wanted to make sure he was available because he was mocked at our pick. But I just want to make sure that he's there. As you can see, he's the second best guy on the board, so we might have went before then. Shaquem Sewell, left tackle, out of Ohio State. He is a hidden dev. I really like that pick. Hopefully, he's the better player between him and Hubbard. Maybe I should have had both of them. I could have traded for both of them and moved him on to right tackle, but I'm happy with our selection of Sewell, Shaquem Sewell. So there are some good corners available. We could use a corner. We don't really need a right guard. There's a right tackle. He doesn't look very good though. We don't need a D tackle. That's one position we don't need. Okay, this left guard looks good though. I know we don't need guards. But this left guard looks... Eric Hayden out of Miami. His physicals are okay. He has A impact block, A pass block. He's a pass blocking left guard. Or we could go with... Or we could go with this corner, this slot corner, Dewan Duke out of UCLA. Because we don't need a guard, but that guard just looks too good to pass up on. This tight end I saw, Paul Smith, looks pretty good, but he's way down the board. He'll probably be available. I think I'm gonna go with the... He's 6'5", 300 pounds. That's not really insane, but... Or do I go with Zach Boston out of Ole Miss? Oh my god, I'm going Zach Boston. I've been convinced. Oh, he has normal dev. I think that was a bad pick. I think that was a bad pick. You know what? It happens. It happens. Bad picks happen. He'll probably be our center until we there. Dewan Duke just went to... Is that tight end available? The tight end is not available. Okay, that's fine. You know what? We have Sano went up to star. We don't need a tight end. This corner is available. Emmanuel McMahon. He's so slow. He's too slow. He is way too slow. This corner looks pretty good. This receiver looks okay. We don't really need a strong safety. We could use an outside linebacker. Luvu's old. Teddy Bonds looks pretty good. Teddy Bonds is 20 picks down the board. And then there's... Oh, this corner looks really... David Clifford out of Penn State. He's slow too, though. His speed is decent. What's up with all these slow corners? Who was the linebacker that... It wasn't forgetting their names. Teddy Bonds. Teddy Bonds out of Wake Forest. He is marginal acceleration or marginal jumping. Yeah, he's a zone coverage guy, but he can't. He's not athletic. I think I go with the corner. I think I go with Dave Clifford out of Penn State with our third round pick. Please be hidden Dev. He is. Okay.
Ball on the clock. The
He's
Los
hidden
Angeles
Dev.
Chargers.
He's fast enough. So there's a and we don't have our fourth round pick. We traded it to get that tackle. So we're gonna skip
Now
to our
on the
fifth
clock,
round
the
pick.
Washington Commanders.
Well, I mean, we'll see if there's any sleepers down the board here, any hidden gems. If not, we'll probably just trade this pick. Let's see. This right outside linebacker looks pretty decent. Jamichael Hall out of Iowa. You know what? Screw it. Let's take Jamichael Hall. Hidden
The
Dev.
Chargers are up
Right
top
outside
with the pick
linebacker.
of
He'll
the
be our
draft.
potential Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner replacement. And then we'll just skip to the end of the draft. I'm really hoping we took the right tackle. Because we could have potentially traded up to 10. I mean, it was hard to trade up to 18. So it probably was hard to trade up to 10. He's a 73. It's okay. Our guard is even better though. I'm kind of nervous to see how good Hubbard is. Okay, he's a 74. He's one overall higher. I don't think we could have went wrong with either of the guys we were looking at. And the amount it would have taken to trade up to 10, I don't think was worth a one overall upgrade. And maybe I think he might be 1 year younger as well. So I think we made the right decision trading up just 7 spots and that taking Sewell. So let's quickly work this depth chart. So Sewell starts at left tackle. Yeah, see, Bobby Wagner's already down to that low of an overall. So I think what I'll do, I think I'll make Jamin Davis our middle linebacker. And then I think I'll put the rookie we drafted, and I think I'll start him at outside linebacker. Hale. Yeah, Jamichael Hale, I think. We'll start him at right outside linebacker. Because Wagner is already regressing. Clifford will be our fourth corner. We still want to, or no, fourth corner. So we got our 3 rookies in. Boston's also actually starting too. I think it was a decent draft. Definitely, again, made the right decision with the only trading up to 18. And I'll probably be back here at year 2 midseason mark, unless, again, nothing happens. But that normally happens with year 1, so I expect something meaningful to actually happen this midseason mark. If not, we'll be at the playoffs. But I'm going to do the training camp drills and then be back here at midseason or the playoffs. We are here at the mid-season mark of year number 2, and we are off to a better start than last year. I believe we were like 1-3 maybe. Now we're 3-4, but we do have some players to pay an actually decent amount, but we do have 90 mil. So first is Derek Forrest, who I don't know if I mentioned or not. He has upgraded himself to star dev, and he wants to be here, so we can give him a little cheaper of a contract. Okay, maybe not that cheap, but we should be able to bring him back. Ben Sano, he's up to star. Definitely want him back. He doesn't want to be here, so we're going to have to pay him a little more. Okay. I'll get these deals done. Sam Cosme. Now, he is only normal dev, but he is a super high overall. So I definitely want him back. Okay, we get Sam Cosme back. Benjamin St. Just. I think I can let him walk. And I'll explain in a little bit, though. Mike Sainer still definitely want to bring him back. He wants to be here, so we can give him... This should be perfect. There we go. Luke McCaffrey, definitely want to bring him back. Since he's a low overall, and he shouldn't cost too much. Okay. I'll have to work on Luke McCaffrey, too. And I think that's it. And what I wanted to talk about with Benjamin St. Just, and I guess our overall corner, is when I was doing the training camp drills. First, this is unrelated. Jaden Daniels got a dev trade upgrade. So he is now already a superstar X Factor in his second season. As you can see, if we go to progression history, I think we'll be able to find. There's his superstar X Factor dev. He developed it through training camp. But another key piece. Oh, we also noticed that Sewell is just a star dev. But as you can see, Clifford is a superstar development. He got a dev trait upgrade as well. He was already normal, but he got a dev trait upgrade through training camp. And he is now a superstar. Which means, if we look at our corners, we have Emmanuel Forbes, who's obviously progressing very well. We now have Clifford, who's a superstar, and we have Sainer still. We don't really need Benjamin St. Just, so that's what I was saying. We could probably let him walk. But guys like we signed Cosme. Guys like Luke McCaffrey, Derek Forrest, and Ben Sano, I'll work on those contracts before the season ends, and I'll probably get those guys signed. But we're 3-4 right now. And I'll probably just end up simming to the playoffs. And again, I'll work on those other contracts. But besides that, I don't think there's anyone we need to trade because I'll probably just keep St. Just on the team. If I find a trade, I'll let you guys know. But if not, we'll just be in the playoffs. Well, hopefully we're in the playoffs, but I'll sim to the playoffs when I next see you guys. Before we get to the playoffs, I was able to pull off a Benjamin St. Just trade. I was able to trade him straight up. I didn't expect this to go through. I probably could have gotten more out of it. But I traded him straight up for Caleb Farley, a slightly younger corner with star dev, and 3 years under his contract. I don't know why the Bucks would do this. But we got a solid corner who's not a free agent. He cost very similar money right now, and maybe he'll develop slightly better. He's not going to play very much. He's not going to play above Clifford or Sainer still, but Farley will be right there. And I just thought I'd show you guys that so you didn't think anything suspicious was going on. But I'm going to go, that's the only trade I'm going to do, so I'll probably just go right to the playoffs. Playoff mark of year 2, we once again made the playoffs, and we actually were one win better than last year. The NFC East was very good, unlike last season. And I want to quickly check our roster to see what dev traits our rookies have, the hidden ones. We obviously found out that Sewell, the left tackle, was normal dev, and the corner got upgraded to superstar from training camp, but he was a normal dev. The linebacker is also a normal dev as well. So didn't draft any superstars. We just had one develop to that. Now we can quickly let's see the stats. See how we got this one win improvement. Daniels with an amazing season. We're the 10th best offense and the 18th best defense. Jaden Daniels, 4,100 yards, 30 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. One more than last year, but the yards went up. Rushing, Brian Robinson with 17 touchdowns and 1,100 yards. Jaden Daniels also had 302. Eckler still contributing with 4 as well. But a great season for Brian Robinson. He also had 4.2 yards per carry, which is not that bad. Receiving, we finally got ourselves a 1,000-yard receiver. Terry McLaurin with 1,100. Only 4 touchdowns, but a ton of yards. De'Ami Brown, for whatever reason, ended up with 12 touchdowns this season. I only think he's a slot receiver. I don't know how that happened. Sano had 755. Jahan Dotson with 704. Luke McCaffrey, bit of an underwhelming season. But I don't know how Jahan Dotson ended up with 12 touchdowns. I guess Jaden Daniels just really liked throwing him the ball. Defensively, Jamin Davis with 100 tackles. Sainers still at corner almost had 100 tackles. TFL's Deron Payne with 21. Jonathan Allen with 16, Farrell 14, Luvu 12. Sacks, Deron Payne with 10, Jonathan Allen 7, Luvu 6.5, Farrell 5.5, Armstrong 4.5. Interceptions, not the best year picks wise. Clifford did end up with 3 picks. You like to see that. Jeremy Chin with 3 as well. Forbes with 2, Wagner, Davis, and Sainers still each with 1. Looking at the yearly awards, Jaden Daniels finished 9th in MVP voting. Coach of the year, though, we didn't get a top 10. We made the playoffs. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, no one finished in the top 10. Defensive Player of the Year, we didn't get anybody. What about rookies? No one for Offensive Rookie of the Year because it's just a tackle. But Defensive Rookie of the Year, Clifford finished 2nd. He could have been a superstar X Factor before his rookie season ended. But unfortunately, he finishes just short of NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year. But now we have our second year in the wild card, taking on the 10-7 Panthers. We're gonna hop into this game. We're an 83 overall. They're an 84. They have Amari Cooper now, so they're the team that signed Amari Cooper. We were looking to potentially sign him, and they still have Aquanu and Derek Brown. I would imagine they still have Bryce Young. The battle between Jaden Daniels and Bryce Young. We're at Carolina for this game because we weren't able to win our division because the Cowboys had 14 wins. Let's see how this game goes. They start off quick touchdown, 7-0 down, 14-0. Can our offense put up a point? There we go. 14-7, 21-7, 24-7. We just might not have enough right now. 24-10, 27-10. Yeah, I think. Unfortunately, our season ends early in the playoffs as we lose in the wild card. But it was another great season. Had great development. Jaden Daniels, X Factor. Clifford, superstar. A bit of an underwhelming end to the season. You know, we had a good record. Made the playoffs again, coming off last year where we won a playoff game. But unfortunately, we were not able to defeat the Carolina Panthers in that one. But we'll be back next year. Super Bowl is Chiefs Cowboys. Is anyone surprised? I sure am not. The winner of the Sim Bowl goes to the Cowboys, winning 40-34. That would be a fun Super Bowl. And as we know, we had no award winners. The Cowboys had offensive and defensive player of the year with CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. But I do quickly, before the offseason, want to see if we had any dev trait upgrades after this season. Austin Eckler is already down to normal dev, but outside of that, none on offense. Defensively, Deron Payne's a superstar. Okay, that makes it interesting to see what he does with what we do with Johnny Newton. Clifford regressed to normal, and Hale regressed to normal. Caleb Farley also regressed to normal. I might turn off dev trait regression because that doesn't seem to happen that much. I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna turn off dev trait regression because there's no reason for a rookie to be a superstar dev and in one after the Super Bowl he's already a normal. That just doesn't make any sense. And I wasn't able to sign. It was hard. It was kind of difficult to negotiate the contracts with the players that I mentioned. So I'm gonna quickly do one more try here to bring these guys in. So Derek Forrest, he wants a little bit more money. That he should sign this. He's gonna test free agency. Derek Forrest. Ben Sano. We'll give him. This is our last chance. We gotta bring him in. We're gonna lose Ben Sano. Luke McCaffrey. What does he want? Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him a lot of money. It seems like. Luke McCaffrey should sign this. Okay, we got Luke McCaffrey back. I'm gonna accept the option on Jahan Dotson, and I think I'm a franchise tag Derek Forrest and try and bring Ben Sano back. So let's hopefully we can bring Ben Sano back. I definitely don't want to lose him. He has no interest in being here. I'm just going to pay him a ridiculous amount of money. That's way too much, I know. I know how much money that is. But I can't lose him. Any other free agents worth spending money on? I mean, not really. So I'm just going to eval our offers here. And we do bring Ben Sano back. I know it was an overpay, but he will be worth it. He's normal dev tight end. And I think that's all we're going to spend. So I'll just go to the draft next. We are here at the 2025 NFL Draft. And just a quick disclaimer, I did move Clifford's dev trait back up to superstar because there's no reason for a rookie who finishes second in defensive rookie of the year to regress all the way to normal. So I turned off regression. I only touched him though. He's the only one that I changed. I just felt like I should let you guys know. Now in terms of the draft board, I looked at the mock drafts and there's a really good tackle, right tackle, that like is supposed to go like 5 picks below us. So I think I'm just gonna take him. And I didn't think there was a need to trade up. I'm gonna try and Lewis Walker out of Virginia was the guy. He has elite strength, great agility, great change of direction. A, impact block, A, lead block, B, pass block, A to C, run block, A to C, run block power. A to C pass block power. Lewis Walker is the guy. No questions asked. We're going to draft him. Hidden Dev, 93 strength. That's right, back-to-back seasons, back-to-back drafts. My first pick is a tackle. And I did look. The other tackle that I was thinking of trading up for is a superstar, unfortunately. But it would have cost a lot to trade up all the way to 9, so I'm not too mad about that. But now, obviously, there's no second round mock draft, so now we got to examine the second round players. There's this receiver right here, DeMarco Crompton out of Vanderbilt, who looks very good. Very slow, though. Very slow. A catching traffic, B route run. He's like a Keon Coleman. He's 6'6". Jesus. I might have to take him just because he's 6'6". This right outside linebacker looks pretty good. Actually looks very good, this right outside linebacker. Marcus Kendricks. I want Marcus Kendricks. Okay, hold on. So Marcus Kendricks is 19th down the board, and the 6'6" receiver is 11th. I think I'm going to take DeMarco Crompton out of Vanderbilt. Hidden Dev. He has 89 speed. He's not even that slow. And then I'm going to try and trade up to like pick 33. And one of the first picks. Not pick 33. One of the first picks in the third round. I'm going to try and trade up and take that linebacker because I want that linebacker. So, 86. We want to trade up to about 66. 63. Let's try and trade up to the Chiefs' 63rd pick. It's almost there. So, I don't want to give him a corner. Let's see, draft picks. I did trade my future fifth, so I don't have any other fourths or future. I traded away my fourth this year. 2 fifths get it close. They need a left tackle. They need a right tackle. We could give them Andrew Wiley because we did just draft our future right tackle. This seems like it would go through, so I want to see if I can get their third this year as well. I know the salary. Oh, Andrew Wiley's salary cap is way too much. Okay, I'm glad I drafted his replacement, so we can get rid of him. I'll give him Cole Turner. Oh, they just don't have the money for this. Okay, so I can only give him draft picks then, because they don't have the money. So let's give them. I don't like fourths. There it is. We trade up to pick 63, and hopefully that outside linebacker is available. That was like 9 picks, and they were 19th down the board. I probably could have gotten away with trading less than that. But I just wanted them on the team. Is it Larry Bonner? I don't remember their name exactly. I just remember they had elite speed. That outside linebacker. They might have gotten taken. I think they got picked. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Yeah, I think they got picked. Yeah, they definitely did. Okay. That's okay. So, we're going to have to reevaluate the board here. This middle linebacker looks amazing. Out of Ohio State, Nicholas Cofield. He doesn't have any elite physicals, but his stats look very good. A zone coverage, A to C tackle, A to C block shed, only C hit power. I mean, it's not the same linebacker, but he looks pretty good though. I think I might take that middle linebacker. Was it Cam Woton out of Virginia Tech? No, but he looks pretty good though. Cam Woton out of Virginia Tech looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna take that middle linebacker though. Nicholas Cofield out of Ohio State. Welcome to the Washington Commanders.
Dallas
He is
Cowboys are
hidden dev.
now on the clock.
We traded up. I traded up for that linebacker that I'm pretty sure went. I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't miss him, because that wouldn't be very good if I just completely missed his name. But we got the receiver and we got the right tackle, the 6'6" receiver. Draft recap. Let's see here. 75 overall for the right tackle and 74 for the receiver. Not bad at all. The best player in the draft class is this tight end that went number 1 overall. A third round corner is pretty good. A lot of second round players here. I don't think it was Marcus Kendricks. Larry Bonner was a 75. Guerrero was a 74. So none of those linebackers I was looking at were anything spectacular. So I'm not upset with our 72 overall middle linebacker. And now what I did before the draft is I moved Jeremy Chin to middle linebacker. But I think I might. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there because Cofield's not the best overall. I think I'm going to leave this as our cornerback room in offense. Walker's going to start over Wiley. I want to look to see if I can, if Wiley, if I have to just sit on his contract or if I can get rid of it for something. Oh, we can trade Wiley. All right. We'll look to see if we could trade Wiley. Nobody else really provides that much of a savings. So let's see. I'll probably just cut Wiley. I'll look on the trade finder real quick to see if we can find a trade for him, but I'll probably end up just cutting him because he's 31, very similar in overall to the rookie we just drafted, and he's making way too much money. So I'll probably just trade him. Nobody wants him. Or I'll probably just cut him. Let's quickly just look here to see if anybody needs a right tackle. Anybody? The Chargers could use a right tackle. Let's see if I can get a third round pick out of them for Wiley. They don't have the money, but they almost have the money. They can throw in one of their random players, Mike Davis, center. There we go. We get a third round pick out of Andrew Wiley. That's decent value, I'd say. Probably, maybe could have got more, but that's fine. So that will allow our rookie to start. I'm going to do, as usual, the training camp, and then I'll come back here at the mid-season mark of year number 3. Mark of year number 3, and we are 3-4 again. The NFC East is one of the best divisions ever, apparently. But we do have some massive free agents to sign, including Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, Brian Robinson, Jamin Davis. I don't think I'll bring Johnny Newton back. Derek Forrest, Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin, Tyler Biadasz we can probably let walk. Dorrance Armstrong, Cleveland Farrell, and then Emmanuel Forbes is option. But we have some players that we need to bring back. First, Jaden Daniels on this massive extension. He doesn't even want to play here, but he really doesn't have a choice. He's gonna play here. We'll start off with a 58 or a $49 million deal, and he declines. Okay, Terry McLaurin, definitely want to bring him back. He also doesn't want to play for us. We'll go with a $16.5 million contract, and he doesn't want to be back. I'm gonna hold off on Jonathan Allen and Johnny Newton. Brian Robinson, definitely want him back. Another guy who just doesn't want to play for us. Does anyone want to? I mean, probably not many people want to play for Washington. Brian Robinson is back though. Jamin Davis, 100% have to bring Jamin Davis back, and he actually wants to be here. Him and Jonathan Allen are like the only guys, so we could probably get him on this contract. Jamin Davis is back. Derek Forrest, definitely want to bring him back. Hopefully we can actually bring him back. He wants to be here, so we should be able to get him this deal. And Derek Forrest is back. We still have $40 million despite all this money we're shelling out, so that's pretty good. I do want to pay Frankie Louvu as well. He wants a lot of money. We'll give him a $20 million contract. Frankie Louvu's back. Okay, let's see what we can do restructure wise. Let's see if there's anybody we can restructure to save any amount of money. Samuel Cosme, will restructure Cosme's contract. We'll restructure Ben Sano's contract as well as Luke McCaffrey's. Let's see how much money that clears up. Restructuring those three guys. And we're back up to 58 mil. So I'm not sure what to do about Cleveland Farrell. We can probably bring him back on a very cheap contract. Cleveland Farrell's back. We'll probably have to let Dorrance Armstrong walk. We have to make a decision on Beatriz, Chin, and then the two D tackles. So Beatriz, we can just put Stromberg can play center for us. We'll probably have him go to center, and we'll probably just let Beatriz walk after this season. Yeah, because Stromberg is not a bad center. Defensively, I probably have to let Chin walk. I'll probably trade Johnny Newton for either a right end or a middle linebacker and then let the other guy walk. But I might have to get rid of Jonathan Allen because he's 30. We 100% know Beatriz can walk though. I'm going to quickly look at trades and I'll come back if we make any trades, and if not, I'll just sim to the playoffs and let you guys know what we did negotiation-wise. I decided that I potentially will put Johnny Newton at one of the DN positions, which made Dorrance Armstrong expendable. So I traded him this year's 3rd and 6th and next year's 5th for a auto-generated middle linebacker who has X Factor, the dev trait. Don't know why the Cardinals would do that, but I'm not complaining. So Gordon can now be our starting middle linebacker. We can have Farrell and Newton at the DN positions, and I can trade Jeremy Chin for anything, and then try and re-sign Allen, Newton, Daniels, and McLaurin. So I'll try and re-sign those guys, and I'll be back at the playoffs mark. Hopefully, we're in them for the third straight year. Year 3, and unfortunately, we did miss the playoffs after making them the last 2 seasons. So a bit of a down year for the team. We were the 11th best offense in football and with the 28th best defense. Jaden Daniels' pick numbers did go up. His touchdowns went up by 3 though, and his yards were basically the same. So just a solid season for Jaden Daniels. Nothing spectacular, especially with that touchdown to interception ratio. Running the ball, Brian Robinson did not have 17 touchdowns, but his yards per carry went up, and he still had 9. Daniels also had 504 as well. Julian Stewart, our backup, had 103 as well. Receiving, Terry McLaurin with 1,312. John Dotson had 703. Benson No with a bit of a down year. The rookie had an okay season. Nothing that's going to get him offensive rookie of the year or anything. Luke McCaffrey with 7 receiving touchdowns. Defensively, Jamin Davis with another 100 tackle season. TFLs, Deron Payne 18, Jared Allen 6, Jonathan Allen 16, and Johnny Newton 11. Sacks, Deron Payne had 9, Jonathan Allen 4, Johnny Newton 3.5, Luvu 2.5. Picks, the pick numbers were not good. I can see why our defense was 28th in the league. Jaden Daniels did get 8th in MVP voting. Coach of the year, obviously not going to have anybody there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, McLaurin finished 6th, and Jaden Daniels finished 9th. Defensive Player of the Year, we had nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Crompton, finished 4th. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Cofield finished 9th. But kind of just a wash of a season. I'll see how I'll look at dev traits after the Super Bowl. But not the best season. Let's hope that we can at least have some dev trait upgrades. Chiefs Eagles is the Super Bowl rematch from a few years ago up at this point. And the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. And as we figured, no award winners for us. But let's quickly look at the dev trait upgrades that we might have gotten during the season. Crompton's okay. This is interesting. DeMarco Crompton is a superstar X Factor. He's just an X Factor. He just started off as an X Factor. Okay, so this season wasn't a wash, as we now have 2 X Factor receivers and Luke McCaffrey. 2 X Factors receivers, Dodson and McCaffrey, as well as Jaden Daniels. On defense, Gordon was already X Factor. Doesn't look like anybody else went up in depth trait. But what a season for Crompton. Or not really. He was already an X Factor. His development trait just got shown. We have no money because we did a lot of restructuring, which is probably not best for future financial benefits. That's fine because we had so many players to re-sign, and that won't be the case, hopefully, from this point on. And we obviously paid a ton of people. So players ready to negotiate, we will pick up Emmanuel Forbes' 5th-year option. Again, Diaz we're going to let walk, and then we don't really need to bring anyone else. We can't, actually, because we have no money. So we're just gonna go to the draft here, and yeah, I'll just skip to the draft to be honest. So, play wise, the season may have been a wash, but we found out our rookie receiver is an X factor, and that's pretty much all that happened. We just found out our rookie receiver was an X factor. So going into this year's draft, we have, what pick do we have? We have the 17th pick. They have us taking a right end, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but I don't think that's the guy to take. I just want to see if there's anybody worth trading up for. This right end, number 1 overall pick, looks pretty good. Top 5 talent out of Penn State. He looks very good. He could replace Clayton Farrell, but that's trading up to number 1 though. We don't need any tackles anymore. We've covered that. We don't need safeties. Our linebackers are pretty set. This left end does not look very good. D Blockshed. We don't need a receiver. So unless we're going to trade up to the number 1 overall pick, there's no one worth trading up for. So I'll quickly see what it takes to trade up to that pick with, I'm pretty sure it was the Saints. I mean, that guy looks, I don't know, if he's necessarily generational, but he looks pretty good. So I would trade Clayton Farrell in this instance, or would I trade Johnny Newton? Nah, I trade Clayton Farrell. I trade the 17th and the 87th pick for now. And I don't know if we have the cap space to do this though. For the Saints don't even have the cap space to do this. Oh, this might not be possible, but we'll see what we can do. Jaden Daniels is making so much money. I mean, do we get rid of Luke McCaffrey in this trade? I might have to. We don't have the salary cap to do this. We'll probably just stay at 17 then, because there's nobody worth trading up for, outside of the number 1 pick. We just don't have the money, and the Saints don't have the money, so there's no reason to trade up in that scenario. It's just going to take too much maneuvering. So I think we're just going to stay at 17. We could trade back, but we're not going to trade up. So let's, first time really looking at this. I know we have that one center, Stromberg, but this Kevin Mason center looks pretty good out of Florida State. Elite change of direction, good strength. A impact block, A lead block, A to C run. Can't really pass block. He's a run blocking center. He's interesting. Again, we don't need tackles. This center also looks good. Terrence Bassnight. Or do we go with Mike Fitzpatrick out of Ole Miss? I think I like Mike Fitzpatrick, actually. But he's way down the board, so we can trade about 10 spots down. So let's see what we can get at 17 if we want to trade about 10-ish spots down. We get a second-round pick from the Colts. I'll do that. I'll do that trade with the Colts. So we trade 12 spots and pick up a second in this year's draft as well. And hopefully hopefully Fitzpatrick is available at center. Baz Knight's available, but so is Mike Fitzpatrick, who I think is the better center. He has a motor that runs through the whistle. He does lack discipline, that's fine. He's 6'5", 312 out of Ole Miss, Mike Fitzpatrick.
It's the
Welcome
Dallas
to the
Cowboys
Washington
now.
Command. Every year our first round pick has been spent on a lineman. Because outside of Sam Cosmi, this team kind of lacks O-line depth. So it's understood why
The next
that's where
selection,
we've gone.
it's the Washington
But we took a left
Commanders.
tackle and right tackle and now center. So here with our first second round picks, we now have two. We have a solid strong safety, but not the best. So I wouldn't be opposed to a strong safety. Could get a backup halfback, but I don't think that's should be top of our priorities. This tight end looks pretty good. Looks very good. We could definitely get him. I might go all. We don't have the money though. I was gonna say we could trade our picks, package our picks together, but we don't really have the funds for that. I'm not big into any of the guys. I like this linebacker Matt Johnson from Troy. He could be our Frankie Louvu replacement. I think Matt Johnson. Welcome to the
It's
Washington
the New
Commanders.
England
He will
Patriots
be our
now.
Frankie Louvu replacement because we don't need a middle linebacker and we don't need a right outside line. We don't need to replace Jamin Davis. So we'll switch him to
Next
left
up, the
and he will
Commanders
be
are on the clock.
our Frankie Louvu replacement because Louvu, after that contract, don't know how much we'll want him. And then there was that tight end that seemed interesting. Nicholas Quincy out of Oklahoma. Could be a solid backup to Sano. Great blocker. Nicholas Quincy, welcome
It's the
to the
Cardinals
Washington Commanders.
on the clock.
I think this draft has gone excellent.
Now on the clock, the
And
Washington
now we're
Commanders.
here in the third round. I'm not quite sure what we could use here. We could go backup halfback if we want. Nate Graham out of Purdue looks pretty good. Not the fastest though. We'll go Nate Graham actually. Big bruiser out of Purdue, Nate Graham. Hidden
Now
Dev.
on the clock,
Welcome
the Rams.
to the Washington Commanders. Solid backup halfback option.
The Washington Commanders are now on the clock.
Here in the fourth round now. Could go another halfback. Another tight end that looks pretty good. I don't think I'm a fan of any. I think I'm just going to trade out of this spot. It's a high enough pick that you can still get good value trading it away. We get a future fourth and a seventh. I think we'll do this trade with the Vikings, get a future fourth, sixth, and
We
seventh
have a
in the
trade
next 2 years.
request. This pick
And I'll just
has
let the
been
computer make
traded.
the rest of our last pick actually in the seventh round. Another, I believe, successful draft. I think we read the board well with that trade back. Let's hope I can get some good overalls here. There we go. Okay, Matt Johnson's he's not good. But Nicholas Quincy and Mike Fitzpatrick are really good. Even Graham's a solid pickup. looking at the overall best player in the class was that right end. I mean, it was pretty obvious. He looked very good. We just didn't have the money. The Saints. I was willing to trade up to one. He's a superstar as well. But this we both us and the Saints just did not have the money to make it work. There's also this receiver in the first. The first player that I really would have wanted to have taken. I think we got the best player for our needs at our spot. The only guy we could have used was that number one pick, but again, with our salary cap, the Saints salary cap, it just wasn't going to work. Brock Purdy's on the Patriots now. That's something. Um, yeah, that's interesting. So let's. So Quincy, I guess, could be our fullback to get some reps. Fitzpatrick is going to start. We're going to put Graham at our backup halfback. Crompton can stay at the slot receiver. Yeah, Johnson, he's probably not our Frankie Louva replacement. But this is the team. And I'll probably just go to the mid-season mark. And I doubt it'll be as busy as last year's, but if nothing happens at all, I'll just go to the playoffs. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the mid-season mark of year 4. Year 4 mid-season, we finally have a good record at the mid-season, finally above 500, and we are at 5-2, one game ahead of the Eagles in the NFC East. And re-sign wise, it's just Payne and Jahan Dotson, but we have no money as usual, so we gotta make money. I really put myself in bad salary cap situation, but it's fine. It happens. Jaden Daniels has a. I might have to get rid of Deron Payne, to be honest, because I don't know if I can manage to restructure this man. Restructure him. Restructure. Not restructure. Restructure Cosme. Those 3 restructures hopefully give us enough. We're at 59 million. Okay, Jahan Dotson, give this man an absolute bag. He deserves it. He wants to be here. Jahan Dotson's back. And then Deron Payne will also bring back. He also wants to be here. And Deron Payne is back. And we have Caleb Farley, who we don't need. Ricky Stromberg, we don't need either. And we'll accept Sewell's option, but that's pretty much it. We're 5-2. I switched to Kansas City playbook, so maybe that's all I had to do from the beginning. But we're not going to make any trades, so we'll just go right to the playoffs. Or we missed the playoffs. We started 5-2. We finished 4-6 to end the season, and we have an absolute collapse at the end of this year. And we missed the playoffs for the second straight season. Our offense was 21st in the league. Our defense was 17th. Jaden Daniels, not a good year 3 for Jaden Daniels. Only 26 touchdowns. Only 8 picks isn't bad, but the yards and touchdowns are way too low. Rushing the ball, Brian Robinson had a good season at least at 1,212. Receiving, DeMarco Compton with an amazing season, though. That's what we like to see, 1,011. McLaurin with 905. Sano with 607. Defensively, Jamin Davis with 121 tackles. TFLs, we had 4 players over 10. Sacks, we couldn't sack the quarterback, and we couldn't get any takeaways, and had no interceptions. Yearly awards, MVP. Obviously, Jaden Daniels isn't going to be there. Coach of the year. We're not going to have anybody. Offensive player of the year. No one. Defensive player of the year. Offensive rookie of the year. Graham and Quincy were 5th and 6th. Defensive rookie of the year. We had nobody. I thought last season was a wash, but it turns out this season was even more of a wash. Despite the 5-2 start that we had, our offense last year was very good, and then our defense wasn't, and now it's reversed. Super Bowl is Chiefs Buccaneers with the Buccaneers winning 34-21. Lamar was your MVP. John Harbaugh was coach of the year. Drake May on the Bucks was Super Bowl MVP. Okay. When I take over the Patriots next video, Drake May will not do a Tom Brady. He will not join the Buccaneers. But quickly, let's see if we got any dev trait upgrades despite the bad season. Sam Cosmi went up to star, which is crazy for a lineman. Quincy was star, Fitzpatrick was star, and no one else on defense. Mike Johnson was a star as well. Now we don't have anybody to re-sign, but we also have no money either. We're just constantly out of money trying to extend. We're not going to be able to add anybody on our team or make any trades. We're just going to keep recycling players. We're going to pick up Shaquem Sewell's 5th-year option, though. Stromberg can leave. Farley can. All these guys can go, though. We don't need to bring anybody back. So we're just going to go to the draft and hopefully add some talent to this team that can help us get over the hump. We are here now at the 2027 NFL draft, and based on the mock draft, there was a player that looked very good at our pick, so I'm just going to sim to this pick. I think he just went to. I think he literally just went to the pick in front of us. He did. He went to the pick in front of us. Okay. McConnell was the guy. Because we need a right end and we need a strong safety. Now, Chris Matthews looks pretty good, but we can get him later. We can potentially just trade up or whatever. We do need a safety. Spencer Carruthers out of Alabama looks pretty good. Could just move him over to strong safety. In fact, Spencer Carruthers, welcome to the Washington Commanders. He has normal dev. That's fine. That's fine. That's honestly fine. I knew I should have traded up to take that guy just to make sure I took him. It was the 5th mock draft. It's not like I looked at mock draft. That was literally the 5th mock draft. And they had us able to take that guy, and then the Raiders just went in and took him, and now that right end isn't available either. But Eric Harris out of Michigan State actually looks pretty good. Elite strength, not very fast, but that's fine. Eric Harris, he's a power rusher. Eric Harris, welcome out of Michigan State to the Washington Commanders. He's going to be our new starting right end. And that other guy will be our starting strong safety. So those were the 2 positions that we just needed to fill. And now we can look at getting replacements for veterans like Jonathan Allen, Frankie Louvu, and I guess Terry McLaurin, but we probably don't need a prioritized receiver over outside linebacker and D tackle. We need a man coverage linebacker or a coverage guy. He has terrible coverage stats. He's just a not good edge rusher. This strong safety looks better than the safety we took. I could just take a different safety. I'm not opposed to that. He looks pretty decent. This D tackle, I'm gonna go with the safety actually. I know we just took a safety, but Delonte Levine out of Beth Cookman College.
On the
He's a normal dev too.
Los Angeles Rams. Washington Commanders are now
Okay.
on the clock.
Here in the 5th round, can we get a D tackle to fill every position I wanted to take? Is there any worth taking? Matthew Claxton looks decent. We're gonna go Matthew Claxton out of Tennessee,
The
normal dev.
Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock.
I wanted that end that went to the Raiders. We didn't get him. Not the best draft. I do like the right end we took. I think he's a beast to make up for the guy we missed out on. Please give me some good overalls. Okay, he's a 72. I mean, the first 2 picks, the picks that we needed to hit, were pretty solid. So I can't be too mad. I want to see where that end is that the Raiders took. I don't see him. McConnell is a 72, and the end that we took is also a 72. So it was not the end of the world as long as he's not like a superstar or superstar X Factor player. It wasn't the worst thing to miss out on him. So I'm not too upset. And hopefully, we can actually not only have a good first half of the season, but also have a good second half of the season. Because we can't seem to string those two together. Our offense is pretty set, I'd say. Defensively, we got our new right end in, our new strong safety, +2 morale. We like that. Our cornerbacks are solid, our safeties. I mean, it's a pretty decent team. I don't know why we are losing or why we can't make the playoffs, but we have a good quarterback. But I'll probably just go straight to the playoffs. I'll do mid-season stuff, but I'll probably be back here at the playoff mark, and hopefully we're actually in the playoffs this year. And hopefully we don't go 3 straight seasons without making the playoffs. So I'll see you guys then. The mid-season point of year 5, I believe. We are 3-3, but the whole division is basically at the same point. But we do have a lot of players to bring back, including Trayvon Gordon, David Clifford, Emmanuel Forbes, Jonathan Allen, Zach Boston. Now, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we were to lose Jonathan Allen, because he's just too old at this point for our financial capabilities of paying him. So we'll probably have to let Jonathan Allen leave after this season. But we got to get back to restructuring all these contracts. Sam Cosmi, we're going to restructure his. Deron Payne, we're going to restructure his. It's just a endless loop of restructuring contracts. Let's see how much money that freed up. 36 mil. I think I'm going to prioritize Emmanuel Forbes. Give him a 4-year. He wants to be here, so hopefully this gets the job done, and that does. Emmanuel Forbes is back. Then we'll go after David Clifford. Now, he does not want to be here, so we have to pay him a lot. So we'll give him 6 mil a year. Okay, that's not enough. Trayvon Gordon, we would definitely like to bring him back. We traded for him. He doesn't want to be here, so we got to pay him. Okay, we bring Trayvon Gordon back. Zach Boston, we would like to bring him back. We do have enough money to bring him back before we have to restructure to. Okay, Zach Boston's back. So I'll do one more contract restructure, and hopefully that's enough to sign Gordon. And then we'll probably just let Jonathan Allen. We'll probably wait till the off season to worry about Jonathan Allen, whether we're gonna sign him, let him walk, or restructure. But I do want to, or not restructure, for resign. We'll restructure Terry McLaurin's contract, and hopefully that gives us enough to bring Gordon back. But we don't need to do any trades because I don't want to trade Jonathan Allen because then that's going to hurt our Super Bowl chances. We have a breakout QB, but Jaden Daniels is already an X factor, so. So Clifford is what we gave him before, so we'll just give him a little bit more. And Clifford's back. Now, Jonathan Allen wants too much money. He wants too much money. We're definitely going to probably let him walk. Unless we can win a Super Bowl, then we don't have to worry about that. But we'll be back here at the playoffs, where hopefully we can actually, this time, be a part of them. After the 2027 regular season, we have finally made it back to the playoffs. Another wild card appearance, but at this point, I will take a wild card appearance because we went too many years without making the playoffs. Quickly look at the dev traits of our rookies. Nothing. There was nothing on offense. Harris is a star. That's fine. He's a high overall, so that's fine. But we did finally make it back to the playoffs. And quickly looking at the stats, we had the 11th best offense in the league. And the 20th. Our defense is just not good, I guess. Jaden Daniels with a much better season. Bounce back. Rushing the ball, Brian Robinson, not the best yards per carry, but he did have 15 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. So you can't be too mad. Receiving, Terry McLaurin with 1,513. If that's not Offensive Player of the Year, I don't know what is. Jahan Dotson also had 1,005. Crompton had 909. Sano had 603. Defensively, Jamin Davis had 115 tackles. TFL's Allen 15 in his potentially last season on the team. Deron Payne 14. Jamin Davis with 10. QB sacks a little bit better, but not that great. Johnny Newton 7.5. Payne 6.5. Lulu 4.5. Interceptions were much better. Davis, Forbes, Gordon, Carruthers, Forrest all had 2. Sainristil and Scott both had 1 as well. Yearly awards, MVP, Jaden Daniels finishes 10th. Coach of the Year, we didn't get anybody. But Offensive Player of the Year, McLaurin finished 4th. Jaden Daniels finished 10th. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we didn't have any. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carruthers was so close. Eric Harris finished 7th. That is unfortunate. Carruthers getting up to normal dev would have been huge. But since we can't seem to get in the playoffs and we're finally back, I'm going to jump into this game versus the Cowboys. We are a higher overall than the Cowboys. And you may say the Cowboys playbook is really good. We're using, at least I think, their offensive playbook. So you can't use that reason. So hopefully we can get back to our playoff success as we lost last time to the Panthers when we were here in the wild card. Start off the game. We're up 7-0. Okay, they tie it back up at 7-7. They take a 14-7 lead. It's 14-10, 17-10. Okay. We're going to go a little slower here. 1st and 10. 3-yard run from Brian Robinson. Okay. Negative 1-yard rush. Pass knocked away. 4th and 8. 3-yard rush. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 4. Big stop here from the defense. There we go. Jamin Davis with a knockaway. A short punt for the Cowboys as well. And a 14-yard return. 1st and 10. Incomplete. I'm jumping in. Now, when it comes to jumping in to these games and playing, I just want you to keep this in mind that I am not the best player. Okay? And I may not play the most realistic offense. Okay, Crompton, you're 6'6". You gotta catch that. It looked like it was a sketchy throw, but then it ended up looking like it was a great throw. I don't know how Daniels and Compton miss each other on that. There's McLaurin. McLaurin kept going there. 1st and 10. 3 minutes left.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Why do we keep perfect accuracy if it's out of reach? It's not a perfect accuracy throw. How do we keep missing our 6'6" wide receiver? Ryan Robinson with a nice, almost 10-yard carry. We're going to go read option here. They bit. Jaden Daniels. We're going to slide here. Get it to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal with the 2-minute warning. Means I don't want to give the Cowboys too much time on offense. So we're going to chew clock here. Hopefully that's the right decision. We're going to run away from Micah Parsons. Probably smart decision. Brian Robinson picks up 1 yard on that carry. We're going to go read option again. It worked last time. Let's see if they bite on this read option. Brian Robinson. Fall down on the 1. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. That's exactly what we want. Because now we can just go QB sneak with Jaden Daniels just as the clock's about to expire. And we're short. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to turn off chew clock. Why would I use them? I don't want the Cowboy. Okay. Here we go. 4th and goal. Game on the line. We're gonna run it to the end of the clock. Just about. Because if we don't get this, we lose the game anyway. So might as well. Brian Robinson. He's in. With 1 second to go. We are extra point away from tying. I'm not going for OT. I'm just going for the tie. Will Lutz hits the extra point. And we are tied very likely heading into overtime here. We'll just kick it off. Hopefully not give up a touchdown. Okay. OT it is. In the wild card. In Dallas. We're going tails. Okay. There's no wind. We're indoors. It is playoff overtime, though, so we do get a chance once they score. At least we should. Hopefully Madden doesn't bug out here.
Well, plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And he will be brought
Good.
down here inside
Good
the
kickoff
20.
defense.
Coverage
All
as
right,
he's going
Cowboys
to the
start on the
17.
17
Dallas offense set for
in
this next
overtime.
drive. So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard
Good
line.
play, Jonathan Allen.
To get a couple.
2 yard stop.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical time.
Good play. 3rd and 5.
Mentally,
If he threw it to the other guy, I could have picked that off. Jamin Davis doing some push-ups.
Fatigue on both sides of the football. A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big 3rd down coming. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A nice gain of 21 yards. A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime because even though you just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT because you just want to settle in as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. Taking it right down.
How did he break that tackle? Sorry I didn't talk. I was trying to lock in, but clearly it didn't matter. I don't know how. I ran into the kicker.
Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
I mean, that just means no return for us.
Sanchez now.
It's not that big of a deal.
Following the touchdown.
No, I guess we can return it.
Taken at the goal line.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hayden.
Good-looking return set up here.
Oh, what a return. I don't know who that is, but Hayden with an amazing return.
We used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
Hit Jahan Dotson for the first. I think I'm going for 2 if I do score here. I think if I score here, I'm going for 2.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance to match touchdowns now. It's
Okay, 2-yard gain for Brian Robinson. He's had a good game. What?
game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the
Brian
extra
Robinson.
point,
Oh,
tie, and send this
only
game
2
to
yards
seven.
there. That's fine. That's fine.
Go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Oh my god.
Intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here.
I didn't see him.
To the 43.
I didn't see Diggs.
Well, the change
And we lose another wild card game.
at least gave both teams, Charles, an opportunity.
And now we lose Jonathan Allen too. It's fine. If you remember last time, if you remember the Bears rebuild, I hopped in a game, something happened, and it didn't seem to matter in a couple years. That didn't really make sense. A heartbreaking loss for the Washington Commanders. The Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl. I can't wait to rebuild the Chiefs. That's going to be so easy, it seems like. Just hit simulate and you'll win a Super Bowl. We have negative 66 million in cap. Let's see if we had any dev trait upgrades to give us some sign of hope here. Nothing on offense and nothing on defense. And we're about to lose Jonathan Allen as well. We can't afford him. As you can see, we have negative 66 million in cap. So we can't afford him. We can't afford anybody. So I'm just going to simulate to the draft here. And we got a hit on these draft picks. I mean, we hit on Compton. That was pretty much it. We haven't really hit on a draft pick outside of that. I mean, the linemen we've drafted have been pretty good. I've been happy with the picks we made but those are first round picks. You expect to make good first round picks. So let's first look at the mock draft, see if there's anybody worth trading up for, especially at these D tackle positions, because we are in need of a D tackle. There's some good left ends, but nothing that really makes me want to trade up. This D tackle looks pretty decent. I kind of like the one that is mocked to us. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake and just let the mock draft fall how the mock draft says it's supposed to fall, because clearly that doesn't happen all the time. So I'm going to trade up like 3 spots just to make sure I get the guy I want, that D tackle. So we'll throw in our 20th pick, and we'll try and find the first team with like pick 16 or 17. Okay, the Chargers have pick 16. Obviously, it's not going to go through, so we'll just give them pick 116, and that should be enough. Really? All right, what about pick 102? That's a 14 pick difference. I'll give them both our fourths. That should be enough. And we move up 4 spots with the Chargers. We give up pick 20 and our 2 fourths this year. We move up to pick 16, and hopefully that D tackle is available. I didn't want to miss out on him last time, because although the mock draft says he'll be available, he wasn't last time. But is it Dalton Russell? I think it is Dalton Russell. Or Devon Boone. I mean, they're both available, so we can look to see who we want out of these two. I think Dalton Russell might be the slightly better player out of Arkansas. He's got great strength as well. Yeah, I'll go Dalton Russell out of Arkansas. He's a normal dev. It happens, okay, guys? It happens. We're here with our second round pick. We could go another D tackle. They look okay. Actually, no, I'm going with this right end. Brian Caver. Because I can move Johnny Newton back to D tackle if he's good. I'm going Brian Caver out of USC. Easy pick. Hidden dev. I like that. And then we can move, as I said, we can move Johnny Newton over to D tackle, put him at the end spot. And that way we can overcome the loss of Jonathan Allen, hopefully. Obviously, you can't replace Jonathan Allen that easily, but hopefully he can do it well enough. Now, looking at our next pick, this corner looks very good. I think I'm going to go with that corner. You can't have too many corners. I like this corner. Cassidy Bryan out of Ohio. He's super slow, but I'm going to go with him anyway. Cassidy Bryan out of Ohio. Hidden debt. He has 87 speed. That's not that bad. He might have to replace Sainer still. I might not be able to afford Sainer still. So I'm just going to sim to the rest of the draft here. I really like that right end we picked. The D tackle obviously is probably not good. You never know though. Just because they lack dev trait doesn't mean they're bad overall, but we'll see. He's a 71, but the right end we took is a 75. The computer drafted a 73 overall receiver, Alex Quintana, out of Virginia Tech. 6'9"? He's 6'9"? I thought the 6'6" guy we took was tall. The computer just got us a 6'9" receiver to go along with our 6'6" receiver. I mean, the 6'6" receiver happened to be a superstar X factor right away, so we'll see how our 6'9" receiver. It's really just our offense. Yeah, Luke McCaffrey's gone. We're just not able to pay any of these guys. They're just. Yeah, so I'm gonna move Johnny Newton over to D tackle. I think I might have lost Sainer still as well. Johnny Newton is gonna go to D tackle. And then Capper will step. Oh no, we still have Sainer still. Okay. Carruthers is up to star dev. That's great. I mean, despite losing Jonathan Allen, I think our D line is actually pretty solid still. Despite our defense being an 84, our two backup receivers are 6'6" and 6'9", and we have two tight ends as well. Jaden Daniels is a 96. I don't see why we should be this bad. But I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna sim straight to the playoffs. But when you guys see me next time, I'll be in the playoffs, and hopefully we can get back-to-back playoff appearances and actually go on a playoff run. So I'll see you guys at the playoffs. At the end of year 6 or year 5, I think year 6. Another 9 to 10 win season, another road wildcard game for the team. Looking at the stats, we were the 6th best offense in football. Jaden Daniels had an incredible season, yet our defense was 19th. Don't know how we only win 9 games when our quarterback is putting up 4,035 and 5. Brian Robinson had a solid season, 1,012. Terry McLaurin with 1,114. Dotson with 1,006. Crompton with 908. Sano had 604. Our rookie, I don't know where our rookie is. Oh, he didn't play. He played 17 games and 115 downs, but he didn't get the ball. Tackles, Cofield and Jamin Davis both had 100. TFL's Newton, Luvu, Payne, and Harris all with double digits. Sacks, Payne had 10.5, Newton 6.5, Frankie Luvu was 6. Interceptions, Manuel Forbes had 4, but that's pretty much it. Yearly awards, Jaden Daniels finished 4th in MVP, Coach of the Year. We did finish 10th. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Jaden Daniels finishes 4th. Terry McLaurin finished 8th. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. So I'm probably gonna simulate these playoffs, and if we don't win, this might be the last season. I'm not gonna be able to get a Super Bowl with every team. I'm just gonna sim this wild card game because I'm done with the wild card. Let's see what happens here. We beat the Panthers. We're taking on the Packers. We lost to them last divisional round, year 1 of this rebuild. Can we beat the Packers and go to the NFC Championship? Okay, hold on. We are in the NFC Championship, taking on the Cardinals. You know, I'm just going to sim to the Super Bowl. It's working. I'm just going to sim to the Super Bowl. Can we beat the Cardinals and go to the Super Bowl? Okay, we're in the Super Bowl. I did not expect to be in the Super Bowl. And we're taking on the Jaguars, who won 14 games. I thought this is the last season I'm doing. Because, like I said, I'm not going to be able to win a Super Bowl with every team. I'll probably do about 5-6 seasons with each team. But we may actually win a Super Bowl because we are currently in the Super Bowl in the last season, taking on the 14-3, 86 overall Jacksonville Jaguars. This is our last chance to win a Super Bowl. We're in Minneapolis, taking on Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and the Jacksonville Jaguars in the year 2028. I'm going to go quarter by quarter. First quarter, let's see. They score right away, 7-0. Okay. It's 7-0 right now. 14-0. We respond 14-7. Okay, the 21-10 going into half. Third quarter, 21-17. We just can't play defense. Okay. Let's slow it down for this fourth quarter and go play by play. 5-yard reception, 3rd and 3. Okay. First down on the 22-yard line. Almost in the red zone here on 2nd down. There we go. First and goal. Or not first and goal. Touchdown. Okay. It is 28-24. Jags have the ball. 8-yard rush for Etienne. Actually, I'm going to watch. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Jags. 4 minutes left. They are up by 3 in the Super Bowl. Lawrence, play action. He throws it to Evan Ingram, who was tackled for a 0-yard gain. Oh my God, if we can actually win the Super Bowl when I'm about to end it, it'd be amazing. 2nd and 10. Oh my God, Christian Kirk drops an easy pass right to him. It's 3rd and 10 with 3.5 minutes left. This could be a huge stop right here to get the ball down 3. Trevor Lawrence, he's under pressure. Sack him. He gets the ball away, but that's 4th down. And we force the Jags to punt. We forced a punt. Barely any time went off the clock as well because there's an incompletion. All right, Jaden Daniels and the offense down by 3 with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the Super Bowl. Let's see what they can do. Daniels, first play. It's batted down. He was looking for Dotson. That was a dangerous pass, Daniels. That was a dangerous pass. All right, come on. Come on, Daniels. Come on, Jaden. Jaden Daniels throws it wide open. Jahan Dotson for the first. 3 minutes left. We're on the 35-yard line. Jaden Daniels step back. Quick pass to Dotson. And it's completed for a 5-yard gain. I think that's Trey Hendrickson on the Jags team right there. Steps back, quick completion to Crompton. And that gets us into Jacksonville Jaguar territory with the 2-minute warning. Oh my God. This would be an insane Super Bowl. A random one too, Jags Commanders. But just this game in general. Alright. First down. Quick throw to Terry McLaurin. Puts us at the 28 yard line. Offense hurrying up here. Jaden Daniels drops back, throws it. Oh, he was looking for McLaurin, but the pass was batted down. All right. 2nd and 10, a minute 30 left on the 28. Daniels drops back, hits Crompton for a 4-yard gain, but that does stop the clock. So it's not the worst. It's not the end of the world. 3rd and 6. Here we go. Are they playing for the touchdown? I'm not sure. Daniels drops back. He's under pressure, but he's intercepted. He's intercepted. Jaden Daniels. I feel like he had a guy shorter, but he went for McLaurin. We have 3 timeouts. The game is not 100% over, especially with computers. Sort of IQ in these situations. They run the ball to Etienne, who stopped for a 1-yard gain. First timeout is used. They go back to the run. Etienne is stopped again. 3rd and 4. One more stop here, and we force a punt. Back to us. They're going to throw it. Lawrence completes it. And Gabe Davis is going to end the game there. And that is going to do it. We finally get to the Super Bowl, and we fall just short. What a play by Jacksonville, though. To throw it there at the end. And Jaden Daniels, Trevor Lawrence had an amazing game. Jaden Daniels, that pick at the end is really going to be what is left in the minds of all Commanders fans. Either a better throw there or maybe a better decision, and we potentially are in position to take the lead in that Super Bowl. But unfortunately, we fall just short. Season recap. We didn't get any award winners, just a Super Bowl loss. Let's see if we had any dev trait upgrades. We just have so many stars on this team. Emmanuel Forbes, Cassidy Bryan is a superstar. But as I said, we're not going to be able to win a Super Bowl with every team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything to auto. I'm going to sim 5 years in the future. See if the computer can take this team and get us that Super Bowl. And if not, we unfortunately will not have won a Super Bowl with the Commanders. I'm sorry to all my Washington Commanders fans, but I'm just not going to be able to win a Super Bowl with every team. So I'll see you guys in 5 years in this simulation. We'll check the history to see if we won any. But that's going to be the rest of the video. So I will see you guys in those 5 years. Roughly 5 years later, as you can see, we are a much lower overall team. We do have a lot more money, though. Before looking at the history, I want to see who's still on the team. Jaden Daniels is still here. Crompton, McLaurin is still here. Sano's up to superstar. Quintana, Fitzpatrick, Sewell, Boston still here. Andrews now the starter. Clifford, Carruthers, Caver is still here. Brian is still here. But the team is vastly different. But let's see if the computer was able to continue off this foundation and win us a Super Bowl. So as you saw, we left off in 2028 losing to the Jags. 2029, the Ravens beat the Panthers. Jaden Daniels won MVP. 2030, we won. In 2030, 2030, the Washington Commanders did end up winning a Super Bowl, with Jaden Daniels being your Super Bowl MVP. 2031, the Jags have been an unbelievable team, by the way. 2031, we didn't make the Super Bowl. 2032, and then 2033. But Commanders fans, you can rejoice because we may not have won a Super Bowl, but we constructed a team in order to win a Super Bowl 2 years later after we lost to the Jags. And that will conclude this number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, Madden 24, Washington Commanders rebuild. Let me know in the comments what other videos you want to see on this channel. Obviously, we'll continue the sports talk, the Madden rebuilds. We might even do and post EA Sports College Football once that comes out. But let me know what type of videos you want to see. Also, make sure you leave a like. Really helps out the channel, helps it grow. Make sure you subscribe as well. Simple, easy click. And also, don't forget to turn the notification bell on once you subscribe so you don't miss more amazing content over here at Couch Casual. But I will see you guys next time. Peace.